Alright, well, I'm gonna try to get all these videos done today, so you might see me wearing the same thing for the last 3 songs. But also, as far as lyrics goes, if anybody that watches wants me to go more in depth about the lyrics themselves, I'm happy to make a video about that. But I think since this project has all kinds of genres all across the board, so a lot of switches, a lot of different elements, I think breaking down the track itself will take most of the time. But I also want to make the video short. It doesn't take much time for me to make it, you know, depending how this does, how the release does and stuff. For the next one, I might get more in depth as far as the lyrics are concerned. I'm not the best lyricist out there, but I'm definitely getting a lot better, especially going between the English and the Spanish being my first language. But anyways, so this right here is Bounce. Now this song, or the beat, I'll say, it was first made for another person. She ended up not wanting to use that one and ended up wanting to use another one instead. So then I kind of kept this one and I just played with it, and then I wrote to it and all that. As per usual, the main portion, or like the climax of it all, is a Jersey club. As you can see, there's like a lot going on. It's a lot of stuff going on, and it was gonna be crazier, but I tried to condense it down a bit. But this is the main portion. This is a sample from Splice. The kick is Jersey kick. Now I layered it, so I did the same kick basically twice on 2 different channels, so it has more oomph to it. And then you got the bass. Then the hats. Now the hats are a sample from Splice too. Now when you get to the second part, so the chorus, I guess, or like the drop is 2 parts. So you got the main one with that and then the vocal sample. But then the second part, you have this little path thing that I made. I don't know exactly from how I made it. Couldn't tell you right now. I don't know if it was using my own vocal or if it was using like from the original beat, like one of the keys. I just kept playing with it, and then you got that. And then you also have this other pad over here, or like a key thing following the chord progression. So when it comes to the normal, like when I'm doing my verse, all you really have is the drums, the bass.
No pensaban que le llegaríamos a este nivel. Después hay gato a los feos, aquí mismo los veo. Corriendo de esquina a esquina sin ningún tipo.
I thought it was fun here at the beginning, going back and forth between my normal voice and then like a down pitch voice. These are the main ones you hear.
¿Qué fuimos nosotros cuando cayeron? No me malinterpreté, la mayoría sí se fueron.
You got the little hey and the little like psh sound.
Hey, sabrán que fuimos nosotros cuando cayeron. No me malinterpreté, la mayoría sí se fueron.
And then it goes into the verse. You got the drop. Now when you go here to the second verse, I kind of wanted to, like with my verse here, I wanted to match the notes of the sample, which it kind of took me a second to like figure out. Somewhat I was able to do it.
Love you if they want to, so how about fucking move on? If don't like you from the start, you can always come on through love. Got my heart jumping like me, keep on
It goes into the trap, the kick and the snare, right? You got the vocal sample that I ducked in.
And then
the hats.
So let's get this over with before
And
my
bass.
conscience tells me. I jump in lane and keep on so let's get this over with.
Those are all samples from Logic. Logic has this thing where you have like presets of depending the genre that you're trying to do. And at the time, the original beat I made 2-3 years ago. So it's when I was first starting messing with samples. A lot of this stuff right here is samples. Once you get to hear the same thing, so when you hear that. So basically I grabbed the I did like a high shelf where I ducked in the drums, and then when it comes back out, you have this little sample right here as it ducks in, and then that's when it comes back to normal. It's this right here, little and then I made this little sound right here using Alchemy. So you got a little Mr. Alchemy right here, and I think there's another one like that. little violins, just cause why not?
Face, pretty like you are, how about you pose to my face? You know if it's true, if it was meant for you.
So then we go back to like the pre-chorus or like the pre-drop. And then we switch it up to like house. You got sample 1 here. Some keys. And then the original bass. And then we bring it over to the original stuff. You got a little key here. The third verse at this point. So I like this right here. So basically just added this little fat effect on it and then created that little robotic thing on top of my vocal. So but in order to get it to sound like that, you have to do like a speed up at the beginning, so it kind of comes up. So yeah, so I mean the structure of the song is basically you got the intro, then you got the, I guess like the pre-chorus or chorus, and then you got the verse, and then you got the drop. A little unconventional. And then from the drop you go to verse 2. From verse 2 go back to that pre-chorus. From that pre-chorus you go to verse 3. And then finally you get to the now this right here, I like this. And it comes up. Yeah, that's bounce. No, I said I'm not gonna go into the lyrics themselves, but I feel like this one I go back into the same thing that I was talking about on the first one on 2024. Here I'm have more of an encouragement. I feel like with 2024 was more like, oh, in this like in my head of like maybe the things haven't worked out the way they have, and it's a good thing. Here is more like, you know, maybe instead of getting in my head and overthinking it, not releasing or not doing anything about it, you know, what if it does? You know, what if it does work? What if it does hit? That's kind of what the overall song is about. But